All right, welcome in to the Rob and Kale Show. I'm Rob Sanders. Thanks for joining us this evening. As we roll along here, the final issue of Media Days are upon us. As my buddy in the upstate, he's ready for SEC Media Days. He is Carolina Jackpot.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing good, sir.
That was crazy. We had a rough start there. I couldn't. I fell asleep. Our fucking dryer was not drying, so the damn heating element's out on it. So I was watching a YouTube video to see if I could do that myself. There's like 15 screws to take out. The fucking heating element is back behind some kind of drum. There's no fucking way I could do it by myself. So I guess somebody's going to have to come out here and fix the damn dryer. I don't know. That sucks.
Is Jacob Bombolo, is that Sports Talk Jay, watching in our comments section this evening?
Who?
Jacob Bombolo, is that Sports Talk Jay?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, I don't know. Anyway, well, hopefully we can get somebody to fix that for you, Jackpot. Get you
we're gonna have to. It sucks, but it is what it is. Shit tears up.
Yeah, things happen. So SEC Media Days kicks off tomorrow, Jackpot. I thought maybe we could talk a little bit about that. And I found a story by who wrote this story? Oh, this is from Saturdays Down South, and it's by Connor O'Gara, and he talked about the best things for South Carolina. Thought maybe we can get into that too. So, ACC Media Days kicks off next week. The SEC is doing their thing starting tomorrow. The Gamecocks, they talk on Wednesday, I believe it is. I got to look at my stuff here.
I thought that it was the first day.
Yeah, you're probably right. I'm probably looking at the wrong thing here. Anyway, let's see here. Oh, yep. South Carolina takes the floor tomorrow with LSU, Ole Miss, and Vanderbilt. Interesting because all four of those teams play each other.
Yeah, they do.
South Carolina's playing all three of those teams that they're going to go up against. So
usually you say the best for last. I'm surprised we're not the last day. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the last day, Jackpot, is Arkansas, Kentucky, Missouri, and A&M. So I would normally agree with that. Old Triple D Sam Pittman's up there on fucking Thursday.
No, I was trying to make a funny there, but it didn't land.
Yeah, I don't know. Not to shit on what you were doing there. It's just funny. Anyway, Tuesday, Auburn, Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas will take the field there. Peg and Megan with a comment. Dat Boy's brother is on the Epstein list. He might be.
Thank you, sir.
From what we gathered, though, the Epstein list doesn't exist. That's kind of what we've been told. It doesn't exist at all. So, anyway. But thank you for the super chat. Anyway, we could talk about that tonight. I wanted to talk about Derrick Lewis last night from the UFC. I'm going to play a little clip from his interview. That was absolutely hilarious. We're going to play that in just a second. So I'm going to set the scene for it first here. Derrick Lewis last night, he was a huge underdog against some young Brazilian, right? And, it's one of those things where they were talking about, hey, maybe this will be the thing that'll send Derrick Lewis into retirement. I mean, I think he's 40 now. He's always been an entertaining fighter, but you can make an argument that he's not the best fighter. But he comes out and gets the win over this young Brazilian guy that was undefeated, basically just smacked him silly in the first round, like a minute and a half in. I'm going to play just this little clip here. Let's see if I can get it going here. Yeah, there we go. All right, so as soon as the fight is over, Jackpot, you'll appreciate this. He takes a call from the president. So the president calls him to congratulate him on the fight, which standing there and, hey, you won, blah, blah, blah. And then Derrick Lewis does this.
Stop.
You got him again. Then you go off to the side, you lift your leg and mark your territory. Why did you do that to the side of his corner?
They've been talking shit all week, man. Talking shit all week. I can't speak for Portuguese. I know each other talking shit about it.
That's my favorite line. He's like, he's telling them like he basically was giving them shit because they talk shit all week. So then he just says, you know what, fuck them, and he went about his merry way. Derrick Lewis, an American treasure, sir. Jackpot's got his American treasure. Dr. Bark says he couldn't hear it. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Try to work on that. Anyway, Jackpot, what do you expect at Media Days coming up, buddy?
I don't know. I mean, we don't normally get a whole lot out of that. It's just a bunch of coach speak. I mean, I don't know. I don't expect to get any stunning revelations there. I expect hear a lot of questions asked about the House settlement. A lot of revenue sharing questions. A lot of revenue sharing talk. And that's what's going to a lot of nine game conference game season talk. I'm sure that's what's going to dominate the conversation. What do you think?
No, I kind of agree with you. I think that when it comes down to it, nobody's really going to say anything. There was a headline earlier about possibly Will Muschamp not being on the Georgia staff. I read that somewhere, and it says he was not listed on the Georgia staff, which I thought was interesting. That might be something that Kirby Smart has to address, I would guess. But I don't know, man. It's sometimes you hope to get something great from these things, and then other times you just don't. You mean it's just flat. You know what I mean? Yeah. So on July 13th, Jay with the super chat. What time is Sports Talk? Jay calling in. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So according to Corey Nightingale, he posted that Will Muschamp is, according to the updated Georgia Media Guide, the 53-year-old will not be with the program when the 2025 season kicks off next month. He's had stops as a head coach at Florida and South Carolina, assistant coach at LSU and Auburn. He wasn't listed on Georgia's media guide after serving as a defensive analyst last season.
He's on their roster though from their website though as an analyst, so I don't know.
According to DogNation.com, they're saying that he's not. I don't know. We'll find out. But those are the kind of things you look at and you're like, you wonder how that's going to how Kirby Smart doesn't give a shit, but how they'll deal with that.
I mean, I think he was doing some things over there. As far as scheming stuff up and that, I really think that he's done some things for Georgia as far as slowing down that Josh Heupel offense. Because he had success slowing down the Josh Heupel offense when he was at Missouri. When Will was with Gamecocks, he had success slowing down wherever another stop or two. So I mean, maybe he's helped out their DC now, Glenn Schumann. So
Matthew says he probably gives a shit. Rob wouldn't have hired him if he didn't. I mean, he doesn't give a shit about telling anyone his reasoning. That's what I meant. I guess I should have enunciated that better. He doesn't really give a shit if anybody knows what's going on inside of his program. He just wants his program to win games and all that good stuff. So there you go with that. Anyway, Yeah, I mean that's the kind of stuff that you look for at SEC media days, ACC media days, etc. Um, Eastbound Dog says Kirby slowed down that gimmick offense before Muschamp. Yeah, there are teams that have been able to slow it down, to keep them from acting silly. Army said he left a comment on Sports Talk Jay's video about you today and it got attacked for calling you a good guy. Okay.
Well, that just shows you. I mean, people get they get in their feelings. They sure do take things personally.
Spin Jackpot sent us €2. That's what that sign is. I don't. Sports Talk Jay is like Kiffin. Big talk, no walk. Thank you for the
Logan
€2.
says that I Jackpot said there wasn't that many good quarterbacks this year. There's not. I mean, you've got some unproven ones out there that are listed up there with the good ones. I mean, Klubnik I think is a good quarterback. I think Nussmeier's a good quarterback. DJ Lagway, maybe he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he can stay healthy. I think Sellers is a good quarterback. Needs to work on the passing game a little bit. We don't have, just like leaving Nussmeier. I mean, he throws the ball to the wrong team a lot. We don't have, just that traditional pocket passer who's going to sit back there and pick a defense apart. I think Carson Beck has the ability to be that, but I don't know that he has it between the ears to be that. And I also don't know how much he likes football, just from everything that I've seen about him and some of the things that I've seen about him when he was at Georgia. So, hey, it's fun, but I'm telling you, this is not the best quarterback class that we've seen in a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that, and there isn't a show-stopping, and I wonder who the first team. I guess the preseason first team All-Americans when they come out. I mean, you've got Phil Steele's there in front of you. Who does he have? Do you remember who he had as the first team All-American? I don't, but I mean,
I don't have it. It's in there.
I'll look it up. But the idea is that we don't have like a life-changing amount of great quarterbacks. I mean, I agree with you on that statement, but there are some good ones, but not where you're going to write home about it,
And this Sam Levitt guy from Arizona State, I mean, is he really that good? Are they really that good? I mean, they had a nice season last year, but, I mean, they struggled with some shitty teams. I know they took Texas to the wire in the playoffs, and they won some games pretty big, but they struggled with some shitty teams. I mean, they beat, Texas State by 3 points. I mean, they lost to Cincinnati. They struggle with some other crappy teams. So, hey, I don't know. I think the heart and soul of their team is gone. So I think that's the question they're going to have to that's the big replacement they're going to have to make. What do you think?
I agree with you.
With scattered boo-boo?
Yeah, Scatta Bobo. I can't. God, see, I'm gonna be fucking up his name. Scattaboo. Yeah, he was a great running back. But he accounted for like 70% of their yards, man. It was stupid.
He did. Catching the ball, running the ball. I mean, I think he threw a couple of passes too, didn't he?
Yep. So, according to Phil Steele, his first team All-Americans for 2025, Cade Klubnik is his first team.
Oh, okay.
I didn't write that. He did. I'm trying to see who he has for the second team here. As we roll along. Nussmeier at LSU is his second team. And then third team is Arch Manning. So fourth team is Drew Aller, Jackpot.
Yeah, this Brandon Walker guy that I was beefing with on Twitter yesterday, back and forth, I had to go to my backup Twitter page because he blocked me on the regular one. I don't know if you know who he is, but this dingaling goes on ahead and called Drew Aller a better quarterback than Lenora Sellers, which I think is comical. I like the Penn State second favorite team, but that's about where it stops. I'm not going to take any of their players over any Gamecock players, and I'm sorry. That guy's just not – he's not Lenora Sellers. He's a step above a wet fart, but He's like that Luke Altmaier, that wet fart from Illinois. He's a step above that, but he's not no Lenore Sellers. Anyway, what's up, Sven?
Well, Sven, welcome
Good
to the program.
morning,
Thank you for the
Jackpot.
2 euros, sir.
Yeah. Jackpot, can I remind you that South Carolina nearly survived Old Dominion with Lenore Sellers? You should have lost this game. You know that. You should have lost.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, you didn't. But
I mean,
every
Kentucky,
quarterback has a
Kentucky,
bad
Georgia
game.
barely survived Kentucky.
Yeah, I mean, back through 4 interception against
Ole Miss
freaking
didn't
Mississippi
survive
State.
Kentucky.
Yeah. By the way, the White Hart-Man will not show up. I can promise you that. I know that. He will not come here.
Yeah, I hope not tonight because I'm not feeling it tonight. I'm not feeling great, but
By the way, how is your hip doing?
it's good now. I don't know what
give
it was. It was the way I was sitting over there on the couch while I
you-
was doing the live. I'm like, I was kind of disappointed that happened because
Okay.
I was having fun. Then all of a sudden, my hip just takes this big, huge, sharp shooting pain up through it, and I had to get off, and so I could go lay down.
Yeah, what we do in this, we take hot plaster for 1 day, for 12 hours. And after that, we have, how you call it? I have to look it up. Give me a second. So,
That cat is being silly with Jackpot there.
He's
Anyway,
fucking pissing me off, man. This cat wasn't like that like a year ago. He's all of a sudden started getting really clingy and annoying.
Yeah. We take a hot plaster and after that, cooling ointment. Whatever the heck this is. So, and it goes away. My wife had this for 2 years and it goes away in between 2 days. By the way, here are my top 5 quarterbacks.
okay.
Number 1, Klubnik. Number 2, Sellers. Number 3, Levitt. Number 4, Nussmeier. And don't be shocked, number 5, Michael Van Buren, the backup quarterback from LSU. He had no offensive line. He had one guy, the ball, who he got the ball through, and he had no defense and he had nobody on the line. Nobody. No run game, nothing.
That's interesting.
Van Buren, if you let this guy play, he's better as Nussmeier and he's better as Klubnik. Trust me on that.
What do you think about the Mississippi State quarterback Blake Shapen?
Shapen is a top 8 quarterback in the SEC if he can stay healthy. This is his
I think he
problem.
could. I don't know what kind of offensive line they have though.
So Shapen went to the Big 12 championship game, and he has around 70% completion, and he throws no picks. He had in the first 4 games, he had 8 touchdowns, 1 pick or something like that, or 7 touchdowns, 1 pick. Shapen is a really solid, good starting quarterback for the SEC. Is he a championship level quarterback? Hell no. But you can win games with him, and you can beat UGA or Texas with him on any given day.
Yeah, I mean he was pretty good at Baylor too.
Yeah, but his biggest issue is his health.
Right.
He's like Quinn Ewers. And Ewers was taken in the 7th round only for his injuries. He never could stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
That's his biggest problem.
Yeah.
And Rob,
Yes.
I watched today a show,
Okay.
and I have news for you.
All right.
I will go tomorrow to my bet guy, and I will bet 20 euros that Clemson wins it all. Clemson
I'm not as
has
confident
at
as you are.
least, sorry, jackpot. I know it hurts you.
No, I don't. You know,
So-
I don't get where all you guys are coming with this at. You're the media is
No,
got
no,
you believing
no. It was
silly
a
things.
Clemson. It was a Clemson insider, and I could follow this. I mean, they have probably the second or third best defense in all of football. They have a top 3 quarterback, and they have weapons now. They have enough
I
weapons.
respectfully disagree, sir. Clemson's defense that they had last year was the worst defense they've had in probably the past 10 years. And they lose Barrett Carter and some other guys as well. And to think that, that the defense is just going to be fixed because they've got a better coordinator, I think that I'm not going to sit here like some folks that are like, oh, well, everything's going to be fine because we did better in the past. And I'm not going to do that until I actually see it on the field. I'm not buying that we have a national championship caliber defense. Really not.
Is he a I mean, I don't know. Is he that much of an upgrade? Really? I don't know.
Well, I mean, look, Penn State's defense was really good the past, 4 seasons, but you could also look at it from the perspective of there were a lot of fans that were happy that he was gone. So I'm just saying, I don't, until we get the actual product on the field.
Okay.
Look, I like Parker. I like Woods. I like Brown and some of the pieces that Clemson has. They've got a guy in the secondary who's going to be a first-round draft pick. There's talent there, but to say that they're going to be a national championship level great, I think that's just a little reach.
Who are you talking about in the secondary that's All-American? Terrell?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will change my bet. I will go to Kentucky to Barney and will ask him if he want to make a 20 euro or $20 bet who finished dead last, Kentucky or Mississippi State.
I thought you were going to pick Kentucky for your national champion there for a second. What's your
Big Barney Ross will take that action. I'll speak for him on that. He'll take that action, sir.
Yeah, I can talk to him by myself. He can come on and we get this done.
Kentucky's winning it all.
No.
Well, he thinks that who's going to finish dead last in the conference, Kentucky or Mississippi State? Do you two play each other?
To be clear, let's say it's possible Wendy finished dead last. If Kentucky
if you ask that Brandon Walker guy, probably says South Carolina.
Yeah, Brandon Walker is a nice guy, but he is as nuts as it gets. I know him personally.
Well, Sven,
okay.
Big Barney Ross from the Kentucky Blue Balls channel says he'll take that action. 20 euros that Kentucky finishes better than Mississippi State.
It's $20.
Well, we were going to go with the euros, but that's fine.
Yeah,
there you go, Sven.
It's euros is a little bit more, but we can do 20 euros. It's no problem.
20 euros, yeah.
So.
There you go. All right, hey man, I've got a bunch of folks waiting, Sven, but thank you, sir.
Yeah, kick me out.
I'm not kicking you out. I'm just saying we got to get to everybody, man.
Yeah, we got to keep it rolling. But thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Food there for
once again, if I tell you, hey, we're moving on, it's nothing against you. I just want to give everybody a chance.
I was just asking if it was.
All right, let's go to Floby.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, you guys hear me? You guys hear me? Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you. What do you got?
All right, cool. Hey, yo, I know that Mississippi State fan was. I know that Mississippi State fan was in the call, and I'm gonna say this, right? Look, if I had to pick between who's gonna finish worse in the SEC between Mississippi State and Kentucky, it's obviously gonna be Mississippi State now.
Yeah, well, Sven loves his team, sir. He's willing to put up 20 euros.
It depends on which one plays a tougher schedule. Both of them play Kentucky. I mean, both of them play Texas.
Hold on, I'm pulling up their schedule right now.
Yeah.
Both of them play Georgia too. They both got pretty rough schedules.
Hey, listen. Hey, look. I'm gonna say this right. Mississippi State was garbage last year, and I don't really think it's gonna be a surprise if they're garbage again this year. I mean, we all know they are. Also, Mississippi State man has to be stupid if he really thinks that putting Van Buren as a starting quarterback instead of Nussmeier would make him a better QB than us. Come on, that's straight up ridiculous.
All right, here's Kentucky's schedule, Jackpot. They've got Toledo, Ole Miss, Eastern Michigan, at South Carolina, at Georgia, Texas, Tennessee, at Auburn, Florida, Tennessee Tech, at Vanderbilt, and at Louisville.
Yeah, that's a schedule.
Let's look at Mississippi State.
They might win 5 games.
Mississippi State plays at Southern Miss. What the fuck? Why are they playing at Southern Miss?
Why are they playing Southern Miss?
Well, I don't understand that, why they are doing that, but
not a
well, I mean, because Group of 5 or Power 4 teams play at Group of 5 all the time.
Well, then I expect South Carolina to play at Coastal.
Well, we've played at East Carolina. I mean, they might.
Not Coastal.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I'm gonna say this right. I've already checked Mississippi State's schedule, and to be honest, if I had to pick how many games they win this year, I'm gonna be honest. I only see them winning 2 games this year.
Here's the schedule: at Southern Miss, Arizona State on the at home, Alcorn State, alma mater of Steve McNair, Jackpot.
I think they start off 3-0.
Shit. I'll go on that action. Northern Illinois, Tennessee,
4-0.
At Texas A&M,
5-0.
At Florida,
5-1, 5-2.
All right.
Texas, at Arkansas, Georgia, at Mizzou, and then Ole Miss.
They could go 5. I think there is a path to them starting off 5-0 and then dropping their last 7, because I've already went on record and told you they're beating Tennessee in Starkville. They're going to get an SEC win this year, and they're going to upset them in Starkville. Now, the rest of that schedule, I don't know that I see another win there. Unless they can pick up a victory at Florida.
Look, to be honest, I really don't see Mississippi State. I don't really see Mississippi State winning an SEC game this year. I'm sorry. I
think they get Tennessee. Or Arkansas.'re going to beat Tennessee or Arkansas.
I mean, well, yeah, probably. But
they play Arkansas on the road, Jackpot. So,
yeah,
you know,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, considering how bad they was last year, it wouldn't surprise me if they were real bad again. Man,
well, I mean, we say that, but they were underdogs in all their games too, and they covered some spreads. I mean, they didn't get blown out every game. I mean, they played Georgia, and I mean, they lost by like 17 or something, but they were.
Yeah, they did. Hey, look, to be honest, I see a few teams competing for the toilet bowl in the SEC this year. Mississippi State, obviously, Kentucky, and honestly, you might be shocked when I say this, but Florida, because we all know they're going to be ass again. Trust me. I know they went 8-5 last year. Look, I know they went 8-5 last year, but hear me out. They have one good season, yet Florida has one good season, yet they fans think they're going to make it to the playoffs. Bro,
that's me. Look, besides Lagway and maybe that kid Sapp on the defensive line, I mean, can you name any of their players? I mean, I can't.
Bro, Florida does not have any good players on the roster. DJ Lagway is trash, my boy. He is ass. I've never seen a quarterback
talking about.
Hold on a minute.
They're coming to play you folks in week 3 or something like that. It's early in the season.
I know. And guess what? We go whoop their ass in Baton Rouge. Trust me.
And then they play somebody else, and they said, if Billy Napier loses at LSU and then he loses at Miami, I could definitely see him being on the hot seat. And I'm like, he's going to be an underdog in both of those games. Why is he going to be on the hot seat if he loses them?
Hey, look.
It's not winning at LSU. Come on.
Yeah, bro, trust me. We win it. We going to beat Florida and Baton Rouge. Trust me. We get revenge for what happened last year, too. I'm going to say this, right? The reason we lost to Florida last year is simple. One, Brian Kelly's an idiot. Two, we couldn't stop Lagway despite the fact he had like a hamstring injury, I believe it was. Also, Nussmeier had a pretty good game in that game, but guess what? It was ruined because our receivers kept dropping passes. But guess what? This year we got a new offense. We got a much talented defense. Listen, trust me, we're gonna be a lot better than we were last year, and we're gonna beat the hell out of Florida. Trust me when I say that. Also, speaking of which, when we beat Florida, Octavian is gonna be crying like always.
You brought in, as far as receivers, they brought in Nick Anderson, I think, from
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
Marion Brown.
Yeah,
Justin
the
Hill.
one from Kentucky, Marion Brown, that intrigues me. Now, he was, I think they used him in Kentucky. He did a lot of special team stuff, too. He's a pretty good player. He scored a few touchdowns against the Gamecocks in his time.
Hey, Marion Brown, I think, is a good receiver. And I know there are some Kentucky fans that think he wasn't that good and they called him a diva, but I think he's a good receiver. And I think with the receiving core we have for this year, we're going to have an explosive offense. Especially the fact we got the best quarterback in the SEC, in my opinion.
They had shitty quarterback play. I mean,
who got shitty quarterback play? Us?
Kentucky had shitty quarterback play.
Yeah, they did.
And they had that damn Vandergriff last year, and then the year before
they had Gunnar Stockton. They had Gunnar Stockton last year.
Who had no.
Kentucky had Gunnar Stockton. I mean, no, sorry.
No, Brock Vandergriff.
Brock Vandergriff. Yeah,
Brock Vandergriff last year, and then the year before that they had transfer from NC State. What was his name, Rob?
Devin Leary.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Yes, this year they got Zach Calzada. What the hell is he gonna do?
Hey, can just a fair point here?
I don't know.
And not someone else brought it up there, and you can't call Lagway trash when
buddy,
226 yards and a touchdown.
Hey, listen.
And they beat you by double digits with him at quarterback. You can't call him trash when he does that to you.
Yeah, I know that. I know he beat us by double digits last year. I know.
Right.
He played great against us. I'm not denying that.
But you can't call him trash if he does that.
Hold on a minute. Rob, hold on a minute. I don't mean to tell you. Let me say this real quick. Yes, CJ Lagway played good against us, and he beat us by double digits. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is this. A big part of why he beat us, a big part of why he played well against us, bro, our defense at that point was awful. Okay? Remember that. We didn't have a good defense last year. Not to mention the fact we haven't had a good defense the last couple years. So, yeah. But I'm not denying that. I'm not denying he didn't play good against us. He did. I'm not denying that.
I'm just saying.
Your defense is dog shitting at South Carolina too, but unfortunately, ours just proved to be a little bit worse in the second half.
Yeah.
It's just hard for me to sit here and let you say, okay, this guy's trash when he beat you by double digits, and can't really call him trash.
I'm not denying. Hey, listen, I'm not denying that he played good against us. I'm not denying that he was incredible. It's just we didn't. It's just a big part of why he played good was because our defense was horrible. But hey, trust me when I say this though. You gotta look at what his stats were last year. 12 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He threw 12 touchdowns to 9 picks.
Wait a minute.
You mean to tell me that's good? You mean to tell me that's good?
Wait a minute, sir. Why are you, sir? What is wrong with you? Why are you yelling?
Sorry. My bad.
I haven't raised my voice to you. I haven't been disrespectful to you.
I'm sorry, Rob. Hey, Rob, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
To sit here and let you call him trash when he tuned you up. I guess what you're saying is that he's trash unless he plays against our trash defense. Is that what you're telling me?
Everybody
no, I'm not saying that. Look, what I'm saying is this. We didn't have a good defense last year, but I'm not going to take away his credit because he played good in that game. He was incredible. Not to mention the fact his favorite target in that game, Elijah Badger, also cooked us in that game as well too. I'm not saying he didn't play good against us because he did. I'm just saying, our defense wasn't that good last year. But that don't mean I'm taking away his credit. That don't mean he doesn't play good against trash teams. Sometimes he plays good against good teams. He does play good against good teams sometimes. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying this.
Well,
I'm saying this.
Also, well, look,
He's a
we
good
can say
quarterback.
things all we want,
He played
but
good in that game. He
comes
played good
down
in that
to it.
game.
In that game, you outgained them. You had more passing yards than they did, but this trash quarterback still beat you by 11 points. I don't know. It's kind of hard.
And that's I know a big part of that was because Brian Kelly's an asshole, and he didn't know.
Well, you have that same asshole this year leading you against the Florida Gators, sir. I mean, do you think that asshole's going to go away in the shade of a year?
Yeah, I know. And guess what? If we beat Florida this year, which I'm sure we will, it ain't gonna be because of Kelly. It's gonna be because of Nussmeier. You know why? Because Nussmeier is gonna carry Brian Kelly like he did last year. Kind of like how Jaden Daniels carried Brian Kelly in 2022 and 2023 when he was the quarterback.
So let's just say in a vacuum here, when we look at this, since we have LSU, we had the Gnome on last week. He's a big LSU apologist. But when I look at this LSU schedule, let's say you have a season where you lose to Clemson, lose to South Carolina, lose to Florida, lose to Alabama, like if you go 8-4, I mean, is his ass fired?
Fuck yes. If we go 8-4, 7-5, maybe 9-3, I want his ass gone.
That just depends. I mean, how big of a buyout are they looking at for him? Because everybody's got
his buyout is $60 million. His buyout is $60 million.
How much?
$60 million is his buyout right now.
He's kind of steep. I think he'd probably be around for another year.
Yeah, you're gonna.
Hey, but listen, if we go like 10-2, 11-1, probably maybe I can see him staying. But I'm just saying though, this is a make or break year for him. If he doesn't do shit this year, yeah, his ass is gone. Especially if we lose. Listen, hold on a minute. Maybe if we beat Clemson, I'll have a bit of faith. But after that, it's just gonna be riding through the rest of the season, depending on how we go and how we play and how we perform.
Loby, how old are you, sir?
I'm 17. Why?
Well, the reason that I ask is because you probably were like, I don't know, in middle school, the last time that you guys won an opener. Remember middle school?
Well, yeah, I was. 2019. I was.
Yeah,
I was in middle school the last time we won a season opener. I'm not denying that. I was. You ain't wrong about that. I'm 17. Last time we won a season opener, I was 11.
I don't know if Clemson's going to beat them or not. I don't know. But I do know this, though. I think that game was South Carolina. South Carolina fans think the refs fucked them. They are looking forward to that game like it is the biggest game ever. Trust me. And going to Alabama is not easy either. So y'all may have a tough road. We'll see.
Hey,
we do. Hey, now hold on a minute. I'm gonna say this though, right? I know Jackpot, he is a South Carolina fan. I'm an LSU fan. I'm gonna say this, right? We was lucky as hell to beat South Carolina last year. I'll admit it, we was. We was lucky as hell. We played god awful on that game.
All right.
They did. South Carolina, I mean, we were up by 17 points, and we let them come back. So,
yeah,
Sellers was hurt the entire second half. There's so many different excuses you can throw up. The bottom line is we lost. So I ain't gonna keep on talking about it. First of all, I want to address some stuff over there real quick.
Sure.
Tiger Red Devil. They're talking about WWE Divas. I guess they had some kind of girls pay-per-view tonight or something.
Yeah, they got.
I don't particularly like wrestling right now when the girls actually are athletic and compete. It's kind of blah for me. I really would like to see some of the more risque shit, but they'll never go back to that. But Tiger Red Devil had asked who the WWE star was that got drunk, and that was Sunny. He said she did porn. Funny thing, you remember they were talking about on the podcast, she farted in her porn. You remember that? I guess the guy pulled out of her and she cut a fart. 1997 when she was walking around in those outfits, and she was like the most downloaded star on the AOL. Would you have thought that 20 years later she'd be farting in a porn? Probably not. And then they're talking about girls that are hot. Here's one that gets slept on a lot that people don't remember. Dawn Marie. Anybody remember Dawn Marie? I liked her. She had come
Remember?
from CW. I liked her. I thought she was hot because she had like the sassy New York, New Jersey type attitude. Great tits and an ass that looked like a fucking nectarine.
There you go. Jarrett, what do you have for the show this evening? Welcome in, sir. Welcome in, Peckerhead.
What's going on? As for Will Muschamp, I think this was coming a long time ago, ever since last year. So he got to see his son grow up in Georgia program, and now he might just be off to new things. But the hiring process starts. How long? How long does the hiring process start
For what?
for somebody like Muschamp to get hired? Like, how does it start? When does it start?
I think I think he'll get if he won't. He's only 53, and if he wants to coach again somewhere else, I think he'll get another job. I don't think it'll be at like an SEC level school unless it's like, I don't know, Bob Stoops or gets bought out by Kentucky, or Mark Stoops, I'm sorry, gets bought out by Kentucky, which $37 million is his buyout at the end of this year. Maybe he'd go to a place like Kentucky. I don't know. But I could see him going to, like, I don't know, pick a mid school. You know what I'm saying? And
Who was
going
talking
there
about
and trying.
Muschamp?
What about like
Muschamp.
what about like a App State or a Purdue
Yeah, there's
Muschamp to do what?
head
if he
coach?
wants to coach again, Jack Potts wants to be a head coach.
Yeah, like a App
Yeah, head
State,
coach?
Purdue,
Yeah.
a Liberty. You know, Liberty would probably be the perfect landing spot.
Well, it
for
probably would. Everybody wins at Liberty,
Everybody.
so that,
I mean,
that
in
would
terms
give
of they
him
got
the
Hugh
false
Freeze.
impression that he's good. That's why everybody thinks that they thought Hugh Freeze was good
Yeah,
because he
old
went to
Coach
Liberty and he won. Everybody that's gone to Liberty has won.
Exactly. So that could be a decent little spot for him. At this point, surely the man's just given up. Like he's got to know. Like I'm just a defensive coordinator. I mean, what Power
He's-
5? Even let's say he goes on a tear. Let's say he wins like I don't know 10. Let's say he gets hired at Liberty, wins 10 games a year. What
I'm saying
serious
he's in it.
contender is going to hire him after that?
Well,
for
but
what-
hold
for
on,
his track
just a
record?
second though. I mean, he does have a record where, I mean, he ran Florida into the ground, ran South Carolina into the ground in theory. But if he goes to Liberty and does that, remember, what was it that Hugh Freeze was literally calling the whores on his university phone? He was setting up like whores on his phone, and it's like, he got another job, so why is it that Muschamp can't go somewhere for a couple of years and do what Kiffin did? He went to what, Central Florida?
Well, Hugh
Go to a place
Freeze
like
never
that.
ran a program into the dirt, though, Rob. He might have been texting whores, but he didn't fuck a football program for years to come.
I mean, I
What
pick
that
up
old,
which
I just looked
I
it up.
was
Ole Miss had 8 win. They were 8. Well, before they hired him, before they fired him, rather, they went 7-6. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at this in the opposite fashion. The year they fired him, he went 5-7. The next year, they went 8-5. I mean, he definitely did.
They kind of had it rough after Hugh because they had some sanctions and they brought in, I think, wasn't Matt Luke there after that, Rob, for a few years.
Or wait,
And
I
then
might have been looking at the wrong thing. Let me amend that.
Matt Luke came after him, and he had a few bad years. They let him go, and then they
went
brought in Lane.
6-6, 5-7. So
You remember
I
the
would
game that Matt Luke got fired after.
yes, the lifting his leg game.
Yeah, the pissing on the bulldog like a dumbass.
Yeah.
So they backed up the damn extra point and then fucking missed it. And Mississippi State beat them. God, what a bad way to lose the game.
He's
I
at
get what
Clemson
you're
now,
saying.
right?
What?
He's
Matt
at
Luke
Clemson
is
now, right?
Yeah, he's an offensive line coach.
offensive line coach. But look, I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. But on the other hand, when you step back for a second, there are going to be people that are going to look at him and say, hey, you know what? He won the most games ever in 3 seasons at South Carolina. That's a fact. He could put that on his resume, and some dum-dum will look at it and be like, well, hell, he did that in the SEC. That's great. I developed the number one defensive player taken in an NFL draft. He did that too. When you have that kind of stuff,
The thing is, when they're looking at people and hiring for jobs now, a lot of the things on your resume, I would think now. I mean, even though, yeah, that you did that, that's great. Do you think some of the stuff is like almost null and void now because it was done in pre-NIL and transfer portal times?
well, doesn't I mean Bobby Petrino kept getting jobs. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
and here's another aspect of it. At two different programs, he could never find a fucking middle of the pack quarterback, let alone a great one. I mean, the best one between the two schools was probably what, Jake Bentley?
Yeah.
If we're being
Look,
realistic, between Florida and South
we don't
Carolina, both
we don't have
tenures.
to hash up this stuff with Muschamp. I'm just saying
What,
that
as far as quarterback?
Yeah, that's probably the best quarterback he had at Florida or South Carolina, surely.
He hitched his wagon to what was that kid's name at Florida? Right, was it Driscoll?
Yeah.
Just-
Old Jeff
just to play in
Driscoll.
the NFL. He did. Started some games in the league. But anyway, I'm not trying to run the Muschamp flag because he's just a failure as a head coach. But I do think if he goes to a Liberty or a South Florida or something like that and has a couple of 9-10 win seasons, people will look at it and be like, wow, he's got an SEC pedigree. Coach
I hope
with Nick
Tennessee
Saban.
hires him.
That would be funny.
You
I
think
hope
Lincoln Riley? You think Lincoln Riley's on his last leg? Like about to be fired?
No, he's got too big of a name.
They love him.
What's Southern? I mean, before he got there, they were what, 7-8 win program. I mean, they're about 9 now. Slight improvement. I mean, realistically, they're never going to be back to the days of running the table because we know they were paying their players, i.e., Reggie Bush.
I got to give Big Barney Ross credit for this. How Mummy to Mississippi State and revives the air raid. Yeah. Look, when people that believe in that air raid, it can be effective. Nobody's really won a championship with it, but people take pieces of it and they've implemented it into their offense. But running the straight air raid, that can, lift a program that isn't able to get young men on the offensive line and turn them into viable teams there for a little bit. They never win anything, but at least they're competitive. So
I just think.
Go ahead, Jared. Sorry.
I just think Lincoln Riley has got to be fired by now because he's regressed every year. So I think it'll be soon. He'll be fired, and he'll be a coordinator in the NFL.
That'd be a good spot for him because he ain't going to take any college program to the top. If he can't do it at USC, he ain't going to do it anywhere.
Well, he can't coach defense. I mean, he's a reverse Will Muschamp.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what their problem is there because last year they had hired the coordinator from across town at UCLA who had like a top 15 defense in 2023, believe it or not, and brings them to USC, and they suck at defense. It's like the same thing with LSU. They brought in this Blake Baker guy from Mizzou who had really good defenses at Mizzou, and they sucked ass at LSU. Or he did last year. I don't know. I think it's like a culture thing with these. I don't know. It's always has to do with who your coordinator is. I think it's like a mindset of some sort that you just can't have a good defense certain places.
Well, I mean, you gotta realize
weird.
They're just a few years removed from their leader on their team painting their nails and doing everything feminine possible. I mean,
Ryan Williams down at Alabama's doing that now.
Exactly. You think
you got a 17-year-old high school senior who's probably the second best wide receiver in all of college football painting his nails. What does this world come to?
Yeah, it's so fucking feminine.
Hey, I did have something.
I'm not defending the kid here, but I mean, you have NFL wide receivers wearing feathered boas and everything else. I was watching the quarterback special that they had on Netflix, and they were talking about some of the stuff that Joe Burrows wears that you could definitely say, man, that is some feminine type stuff. It's just what these what the kids wear. I mean, can they get out there on the field and make plays? I don't give a shit what they wear after they get off the field. Can they make plays or not?
Lawnmower Man says, who's a Tater Man, says there's some dumbass South Carolina fans. I'm gonna tell you. Well, that's true. There's some dumbass Clemson fans too. All you gotta do is go over to the Rob and Kale Facebook page and look at the post I put up this morning when I was conversing with one on Josh Pate's YouTube video clip. And just read the grammar and the silliness from this Clemson fan.
The absolute buffoonery.
And he got roasted by Juice Poot too.
Hell yeah.
So he's got game. He can talk shit too.
What's that?
Josh Pate's got game. He can talk shit back.
Yeah, well, the guy. Okay, yeah. Let me see if I can find the clip. So the thing was about can an ACC team win the national championship? And he went into some odds and stuff for Clemson, and he talked about Miami. And this is like classic what happens when you like make comments. People do this a lot. They read titles and thumbnails, and then they just go make a comment on a video without watching it. But he's obviously a Clemson fan, and he states, "You guys act like the ACC hasn't won titles. Check the record books, morons. Clemson, FSU, and Miami have had several. Miami had several. They weren't in the ACC at that
fucking
time.
80s?
FSU, same thing. I
Well,
believe.
FSU
Well,
wasn't in
no.
the ACC.
FSU wasn't. They were in the ACC when they got
Just
it.
one, though.
There's- You clowns that worship the SEC and ESPN are what's wrong with the sport. To which
I'll show you. I've got the clear. I was going to show it, Jack.
I did respond. They were in the pre-portal and pre-NIL era. And what are you bringing with the argument with that? But Josh Pate responded to this guy in quotes and says, "I didn't watch them video and don't understand any context whatsoever."
I do have a serious question. Why is the ACC the only conference that you can't criticize for having weak teams without having a rabid band of freaking losers coming in calling you biased or telling you you don't know nothing? I mean, every time anybody criticizes the ACC for their quality of teams and being top loaded, it's the same thing. It's you just have a SEC bias, this, that, and the other. I don't understand why they feel they're such a protected class where they can't receive any criticism.
I don't know what you're reading, but I don't see that in any of my feed.
It just happened right there, right in front of you.
Okay, I don't see it in my feed. That's from
and you
Jack.
do it every time. Anytime anybody talks about the ACC, you just bring up the SEC.
And once again, what I bring up is that should be about your team. That's my point. But people get hung up on that, and they're like they get their dicks kicked in because their team is 7-5, and they want to validate the fact that they're 7-5 by saying we play in a conference that has Alabama and Georgia in it, even though we don't play Alabama and Georgia every year. That's what I'm saying. Okay, the idea that you're going to sit here and tell me that Vanderbilt and Kentucky are better than the majority of the teams in a lot of other conferences is silly to me.
Well, yeah, but
think
things like Vanderbilt, Kentucky, and the like, they have to get themselves built up, and they have to mold themselves to be able to play teams like Alabama and Georgia. Playing that kind of competition makes you better, even if you aren't a really good. You're not that good of a team.
Wait a minute. If that's the case, why do we not see Vanderbilt and Kentucky winning the SEC? They're playing in what you just said. It makes you better.
Because you've got Georgia and those other teams you're talking about, like Alabama, that are standing in the way.
Okay.
Captain Trips, iron sharpens iron. There you go. That's a famous Dabo quote.
Yep.
Rob, you should know that. I mean, iron sharpens irons. I mean, God,
it does. Damn it, it does. By the way, Rob loves the because he brings it up with South Carolina a lot, the ACC record.
Yeah.
I just want you to
bring that up to piss off South Carolina fans.
I understand why you bring it up, but hold on. And before I state this, I want us all to understand that's a little skewed because we played the top ACC team in the league.
No, we're going to stop with that right now.
Hold on, let me read this stat.
No, wait a minute. Before you put that out there, any stat that you've got, The
Okay.
way that you and Chris Knippi and all of you SEC dick suckers run your mouth about the Aishri, as you call it, you should be beating them all by 75 fucking points. It doesn't matter who you play. When you play the ACC as a member of the SEC, you have a losing winning percentage.
Okay. Now,
That is
can I
factual.
say something?
Wait a minute. One last thing. When you
Okay.
were in the ACC, you had a losing percentage against the conference then when you were there. So whenever it comes to the ACC as far as South Carolina goes, you are losers.
Okay.
You
Can I say
lose.
something now? Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. I'd
Speak
love
from
to.
it speak from
I-
it from the gut, saying I
Don't interrupt
to
me
the
though, because I'll let
ACC.
you talk.
No,
I didn't
we're
interrupt
not
you
going to
one
have
bit.
that shit. Speak from your gut, and remember, you lose to the
you hear
ACC the majority of the time that you play them when you're South Carolina. All right, now
I'd
go
like
ahead.
to see
Okay.
South Carolina's record against the
Thank you.
ACC as an
Hey, now,
independent.
well, hold up. This will kind of wrap it up for you. Maybe give you an idea, Kale. So Vanderbilt since 2010, right, has a winning record versus the ACC. The team you always claim is the worst team in the SEC. That's what happens when you don't have to play the best ACC team in the league
It
every
doesn't
year.
matter.
Hold on,
That
I didn't
doesn't
interrupt.
matter. You are absolutely cherry picking, and you know that you
No,
are.
I'm not. I'm gonna do Kentucky now.
Okay, why don't you do it this way? We're losers since 1992, and I'm going to bring up whatever stat I can to try to make us look
Well,
better.
you can't
All
do
right,
it.
hold
If
up,
you
hold
take
up.
Clemson out of the equation,
Kentucky
what's
winning
Carolina's
record
record
versus the
since then
ACC.
against
If you
NC
take
State?
Clemson out of
What
the
is it
equation,
against
what happened the
North
last?
Carolina?
What happened the last time South Carolina played Virginia? You want to talk about that? You got your
Hey,
dicks.
Kentucky winning record versus the ACC since 2010.
That was in a bowl game. I thought those didn't matter. You
They
can't
don't.
use bowl
At that
games,
point,
Rob.
they did. Why
Mississippi
can't you use
State
bowl
4
games
and
to
2
go
versus the
score a lot
ACC
more of
since
your ACC
2010.
wins?
Our best
I
player
just went
opted
through
out.
the worst teams.
Okay.
Every single one of the worst teams in the SEC has at least a 2-game gap
Cool.
on the
Everything
ACC.
you said does not take away from the fact that you are losers against the ACC since you joined the conference in 1992. I know that you have to bring up your bubble stats, but since you joined the conference, you are losers
That doesn't bother
to
me.
the
Rob.
ACC. It should bother you
No, it
because
doesn't.
what happens is that you think that you're so much better than everybody
No.
else as you finish at 7-5 in the SEC.
Listen, the
Reality
only,
or not, when
Rob,
you play
what actually is
the only-
happening is you're taking
lose
losses
the
to the
majority
best
of the
team in the
time.
ACC and then trying to equivocate that and saying because we lost to the best team in the ACC multiple years, we're therefore going to lose to middle of the pack ACC teams, which we both know isn't the case.
I mean, Virginia was a middle of the pack ACC team. You lost to them.
And we were a below average team at best that year. We won
North Carolina
6 games?
North Carolina wasn't very good that year.
We won 3 games that year. We won 3 games that year. Who didn't beat us?
I tell you what, I tell you what, we'll just give you the Tennessee thing. We've had our worst 20. Oh, but you have been bad for 100 years. That doesn't work. I'm sorry. I was going to give you the 20-year window like Tennessee. We
I
were
don't
good
need
at
a
one
20-year
point,
window. I
but
can
we just
acknowledge
had a
20
bad
years
20
bad.
years.
Though.
How about this? You are just not a good football program. Let's try that.
Oh,
Yeah.
please.
I could even acknowledge that while saying we're still a damn good football team.
You may be a good football team
we're
now,
a
but as
great
far as a
football
program goes, you're not a good
I could give a
football
shit
program.
less about program. I mean, recruits disagree. We're consistently getting a top 20 class.
Oh, I do have
Facilities
to
are
give you
top
credit
notch.
on something. I do have to give you credit on something, sir.
Development top notch.
No. I'm going to tip my hat to you about something. I have to give you credit for something that you brought up on the program that made me look at some stuff. Remember the Sacramento State thing you were talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're out recruiting not only South Carolina, but a slew of other teams. Sacramento State has higher recruiting rankings than some ACC teams, SEC teams.
They've got like 50 million NIL. It's fucking ridiculous.
I'm just saying. I tip my hat to you, sir, because I thought that was bullshit. So,
hey, also, while I'm bringing up stats,
on that.
I wanted to also mention this. I was reading the Pro Football Focus grades came out for, I guess, projections for this season. And, believe it or not, only 2 teams on South Carolina's schedules were ranked higher. I want y'all to guess who they are. If you haven't already read it, if you've read it, don't guess.
Repeat the question. I'm sorry.
All right, so the Pro Football Focus preseason grades for all the teams came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 teams on South Carolina's schedule who are ranked higher. I wanted y'all to guess who they were.
Higher than what? Higher than
South Carolina.
are ranked high.
So South Carolina is ranked 12th. According to Pro Football Focus preseason, 12th in the nation. The 2 ranked higher are ranked 7th and 8th. Who do y'all think they are?
On Pro Football Focus, 7th and 8th.
Yeah.
I would go
Bama and Clemson.
It's not going to be Clemson because that wouldn't fit his argument. He wouldn't have brought it up for that.
Let me
Okay.
take a guess. South
Rob
Carolina, one of them.
Rob can sniff me out.
What's
South
South
Carolina,
Carolina?
one of them.
What's
No,
their schedule?
South Carolina's 12th. So Kale got one of them. It was Bama at 7.
What's the other? What's their teams that they play this year? I know it's just flipped around for home games.
They play Oklahoma, LSU.
Gotta be LSU then. If it's not,
Yeah, it's got to be LSU.
No,
Move on, buddy. Thank you, man. Bring because I don't have too much going on here.
it's
But-
not LSU. It's
I thought
freaking
I said Ole Miss. I said Ole Miss.
Ole Miss at 8.
what?
They've got Alabama at 7, Ole Miss at 8. I'm just reading our schedule right now. I don't have the full list ahead of us. South Carolina at 12, Clemson at 13, so fine margin there.
Cool.
LSU at 14, Missouri at 16, Texas A&M at 21st. And here's a surprising one for me, Oklahoma at 31st, which I get it. They didn't show a lot last year, but I felt like they had a good cycle this year.
I wonder how
Virginia
hard it
Tech
is to find
40th,
this
Vanderbilt
magazine that fits your
63rd,
narrative.
Kentucky 65th.
What? Virginia Tech is 23 spots ahead of Vandy.
Yeah, 23.
I don't believe that.
Oh, please.
Peckerhead, I got a
How
question.
hard is it to find these magazines?
Well,
Well, that's
hold
Pro
on.
Football Focus. That's a reputable. Hold
Oh,
up,
sure.
Rob.
To be
Rob,
fair,
correct
I
him.
was
Sure.
trying to help you out here, Peckerhead. To be fair, Pro Football Focus does a lot of analytics, and I mean, sometimes their stuff turns out really good. Sometimes their stuff turns out really bad.
As with everything. As with
They're a
everything.
prediction company too.
But to be fair, though, it's like what Jackpot said about, well, how is Vanderbilt behind Virginia Tech? Well, because what Pro Football Focus does is they do a lot of their stuff as far as recruiting rankings and things like that. And Virginia Tech recruits better than Vanderbilt does. That's why Vanderbilt is considered lower, even though Vanderbilt may win more games. And if those two squared off, Vanderbilt might beat them. I don't know. But
Again.
they go by
Again.
data of what they've got as far as players coming in. That's why Ole Miss is up there high on that list. And Clemson
Yeah,
dropped
the Ole
lower.
Miss surprised me above LSU. But,
Well,
but
because
LSU lost their whole O-line. I've been telling everybody that this whole offseason. Nobody seems to be listening. They lost their whole O-line, and people think they're going to be the same.
I was looking at their O-line yesterday, and they've got, like, I think 3 guys that are 5-star players.
Well, Peckerhead, we lost our whole D-line. Evidently, everybody thinks that's going to put us in football purgatory.
Your D-line doesn't have to gel like your O-line, though, Kale.
Oh, my
You know what
Well,
I
I
mean?
know that.
I mean, your O-line,
You know,
that's a
this
unit
is-
that's got to work together. They
this
got
is
to know
like-
what the other guy's going to do.
You can't
The
have
D-line
one week
just follows the play.
offensive line, really, and expect it to go.
This is like
Which that's
saying
why I'm
this-
saying I think they're going to get dog walked by Clemson. I mean, that O-line is not going to be ready for a veteran Clemson D-line.
I
mean,
wonder
You think I'm gonna be throwing things? Do you think this is gonna be a na 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 na
Yeah.
na type
I
game?
don't see it even being close. I think it. I
Or
don't
I have
think
to listen to
Clemson
that
scores a
fucking
lot.
stupid redneck fucking song.
I think it's going to be I think it's probably going to be like maybe a 21 to let's say 10 ball game. I mean, it's not going to be close, but it's going to be low scoring.
You
I
got
mean, both
close
defenses
to
will
me.
be good. It's just
You're close
LSU's
to me. I
offense.
have them 21-17. That's what
Look, I was going to ask for folks to when we do our South Carolina season predictions, I want to put out my Cash App info for that game, for that show. All the money that gets sent to my Cash App, we are going to buy Jackpot remotes for his streaming stuff that he has over there, whether it's Apple TV, Roku, whatever. We're going to take all the money that's sent to me and get him extra remotes because he's going to break some of that shit this year. And it may be that game that he breaks something. I want to make sure Jackpot keeps that man cave online with his remotes. You guys get to help. We're going to put out my Cash App.
I've been known to break some shit.
Hey, Rob,
I've broken several. That's
Just
why I
saying,
don't have any
I'm
work.
trying to look out for Jackpot and the live streams that everybody
Hey,
loves. We're going to buy him hopefully we'll get enough to buy him 4 or 5 remotes. I think he's got Roku. I can't remember. But if he breaks one, he can just simply go to the box that we're going to send him and get him another one and go right back to cussing and everything else. It'll be the greatest thing ever.
Jackpot he looks like a YouTube TV guy. Are you YouTube TV, Jack?
I have YouTube TV. Yes,
I'm
I do.
YouTube.
Well,
Hey,
whatever
hold on a
remote
second.
that you have, Jackpot, we're going to have some fresh ones for you just in case you shatter a couple of them.
Batteries
Because
included.
I know that shit's going to happen.
Batteries included. Hey, Rob, I was trying the other day to figure out which game. I got to go to South Carolina. My son lives there in Columbia. To a South Carolina game, and I was trying to figure out which one to go to. I wanted to see a definite win for South Carolina.
Kentucky.
Don't go.
What did you think Jackpot said? Advise me on.
Alabama.
Nope.
No? What did he tell you?
Clemson.
I know what he said. He said Clemson.
Clemson.
If you want to see a win,
If you want to see a win, yeah. Kentucky or Clemson,
well,
honestly.
it's probably gonna be cold. But
Yeah.
you live in Tennessee, so I know you got some cold weather gear.
I would bet. Once again, we have that whole conversation from you. You kind of brought that to the show. If I had to bet $1,000
There
on
you
a
go.
South Carolina home win this year, I would bet on them against Vanderbilt. I don't
Damn.
see Vanderbilt losing, beating them.
I don't think that would be very smart.
That is in my opinion. It's one game. You said, Rob, bet $1,000.
That game scares the shit out of me.
Now hold on, and here, listen to this. What if Will Muschamp goes to Vandy?
Then I'd bet
Doesn't it scare you
$2,000.
even more?
No, I bet $2,000.
No, it scares
Will
me even
Muschamp
more.
would fuck up Vanderbilt's program.
I don't think, as long as they only put him on defense. I mean, Georgia had the right mentality. He didn't fuck up their defense.
Oh, as a defensive coordinator, sure.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
yeah, as a defensive court. That's what I mean. Support staff just while his son's there.
Hey,
I'm
and
just saying that's $1,000 I'd bet is Vanderbilt.
you said
Vanderbilt.
I don't
Kentucky.
understand that one, Rob. That scares me.
You don't think Kentucky's more of a guaranteed win, Rob?
the Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I don't. Look. I'm not. I'm just. If you're asking me, I think that Kentucky could be fair, but Stoops seems to always play you guys tough. And when you've had better teams, they've lost to shittier Kentucky teams. You've won 18 straight against Vanderbilt. What is it? Something like that. I'll take you. That's
yeah.
like it's
Well,
the
we
same
haven't
thing
we
with-
haven't lost since I
with
think it's
Tennessee and
2007.
Tennessee going down to Florida. I'm gonna bet Florida down there until Tennessee beats them. I'll bet.
And well, that's a night game too. That's a night game. It's not a bad pick, Rob.
It's a great pick. If we're not
not a bad
talking
pick at
SC
all.
State, it's a great pick.
Yeah, it's not a bad pick. At all.
Next thing.
Somebody
Next
said
thing.
don't call jackpot during the games anymore. Jay Shepis says, "Yeah, that's
Especially at the
true."
end.
No, I mean, could you have seen that last year? That would have been scary. If that guy had been standing in front of me, I mean, I probably would have tried to rip his head off and poop down his neck.
Funny story about that, right?
Oh.
I was in studio covering that game for WVOC here in Columbia, and normally in the station, we have like 6 stations there, but on game day, I'm the only one that's actually in the studio. Everybody else is down at the stadium, whatever. So I'm down, and I've got my monitors sort of like I have here. 2 big monitors here, and then I've got 2 TVs up here, and then over here I've got my computer set up, blah, blah, blah. Jackpot's always on my computer, his stream is, and whenever I'm writing, I kind of get a vibe for how the game's going by how Jackpot's losing his shit. So Rocket Sanders scores that touchdown, and Jackpot lost his fucking mind. Well, I've got it blaring, and all of a sudden the station manager walks in, is like, what in the hell is that? And I had to explain what Jackpot was. which was pretty funny. Fuck this motherfucker! Fuck him! But jackpot blaring enough where a 50-year-old lady that's the station manager up there, I had to explain to her what
Oh
that
God!
was.
Well, I'm a
Funny.
50-year-old man, so she might understand me.
I'll be 70 next Saturday.
Hey, did y'all? I know
70.
Kale saw it and TRD because I am the insider. But y'all saw Texas A&M star running back got arrested.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, you
Mexican.
sent that over today. Well, hell, he got hurt against us, and he missed
Yeah.
the rest of the season. So he was on the comeback trail.
He was. I never actually read up what he did. I might try and look that up right now. But he had to been doing something stupid
Well,
to get arrested on campus, stemming
Zach
from
attack
threat or
over in the
abuse.
comment section. What kind of bath salts are you using
Please
tonight?
tell me where Jackpot said that Will Muschamp was great.
Yeah,
ever.
can you send me a link to that video?
Ever.
'Cause I'll own it if I said it, but I'm pretty sure I never said that.
You must be confused with the comrade. The comrade was the
We
one.
were coming off of the best Gamecock coach of all time when Muschamp was the coach. Why would I have said that?
Would never said that.
Craziness.
Hey, also Brandon Kuhn, I saw him comment this earlier. I did want to mention this.
Get back to the damn Ferris wheel. It's running out of control right now. The kids need you to stop it so they can get off.
Well,
Just
you're
call
not
him
wrong about
corny.
that.
You just call him a corny.
Yes,
No,
sir. That's what I was doing.
Hey, but Brandon Kuhn, he was talking about earlier Landon Duckworth. I wanted to mention this. Auburn's the only real player in that recruitment, and about a week and a half ago, maybe a little longer, they just took a separate 4-star quarterback.
They flipped somebody from Penn State, right?
Yep, flipped somebody from Penn State, and that's telling me they're not confident in the Duckworth recruitment, and they're going in and they're getting their guy.
Is the kid a freshman or what? Is he?
No, he's a senior in high school.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, I think Duckworth's going to be a Gamecock come July 18th. I don't think it's really up in the air. I mean, I could have to eat some crow, but just Auburn taking another quarterback kind of signals to me that they've probably kind of filled out. They know what's
most teams don't take two in the same class, especially
You know what
not
I mean?
4 stars.
No, and especially I don't think you're going to take a 4-star who's ranked worse than a guy who has you in your final 2 if you still think you're going to get that guy.
Well, it could be like Alabama a couple years ago when they had the inter squad game in the spring, and who was the coach at Alabama that went to Notre Dame and got that quarterback to come down because he seen he needed a quarterback.
Oh, that was I know exactly. I know.
Yeah, that could be the issue. But on another issue, Jackpot, you and Sports Talk Jabroni, y'all don't need to debate. What are y'all going to debate about? It's not going to solve anything. It's just two people with opinions, going to go back and forth.
Really not. I mean, he states the same old thing time and time again. I mean, it never changes. So
but hold on just a second, Billy. What could happen there? They're not just two people that have differing opinions. This fool puts out some bullshit. And sometimes when you have people putting out bullshit, you need somebody to hit them with facts to fucking correct them so that people will understand, hey, this guy's running his mouth and he's full of shit.
Well, and here's the point too.
Jackpot needs to correct that. Why not?
Here's one thing I wanted to ask. I never brought this one up. South Carolina wore wristbands in the 2022 game against Tennessee. I guess that's where the signals were stored. So the next week, he supposedly thinks they had Clemson signals too. They didn't wear wristbands when they played Clemson. So how are we getting the signals in that game? Why did we need them against Tennessee and not Clemson? If we stole signals from Clemson.
And this is what I'm saying. And all that can be ended by this. The NCAA has not released the teams that Stallion has sent film to. That's a fact. So rest easy until that has happened, or if they even release the films, it don't make sense. But what I can't understand is how long is this know nothing thing been going on now. I mean, the FBI is involved, the NCAA is involved, and have they released any of the teams that Stallion sent stuff to yet?
Well, hell, he's coaching high school football, so clearly
Well,
he feels he's in the clear, man. I
well,
mean, he
you
just
know,
got Bryce Underwood to Michigan.
I knew something up was when what's his hairball left. You know, he went running and stuff. So this is still under investigation.
He was
Hey,
It's all
Billy,
nuts.
hold up.
Look,
While I got you here, I did want to give you some hate. I know you're relying on Braylon Staley this year. I just wanted to remind you. I mean, he went to high school in my stomping grounds, Billy,
Did
and
he?
he's got a bit of DJ Lagway syndrome in that he played a bunch of absolute nobodies in high school.
Yeah.
I looked at his, I looked at his record, dude. My team wasn't even good. The teams he played, we would beat by 50 every year. Pillion, Saluda,
well, that's where
Batesburg. I mean,
Dennis
these
Wilson's
guys are
from.
terrible. Rob, if Rob knows anything about high school football, he'll tell you a thing or two about Pillion.
Where's Staley? Where's he from?
He went to Strom Thurmond.
Where is that? Edgefield?
That's in I don't exactly know the town it's in, to be quite honest. It's about 30 minutes outside of Gilbert though.
Well, that means nothing to me.
Rob will
Wait,
know.
is it near Batesburg, Leesville?
Yeah, it's probably about 30 minutes outside of Batesburg. Batesburg's right by Gilbert.
Okay, Strom
Yeah.
Thurmond High School is in
Strom Thurmond's
Johnston.
no, it's in Edgefield.
It's in Edgefield. It's in Edgefield County.
It's in
It's in
Edgefield.
Edgefield County, but it's in Johnston, South Carolina.
It's a 3A school, and they play in an absolute god awful division.
Is that the high school for all of Edgefield County?
Essentially, yes, sir.
Because that's got to be a small county, right? Yeah.
It's small. Yeah, it's 3A.
Enrollment is 776.
I think I've been there. I've been there one time. Okay.
That's
so
what I'm
looking
saying,
at my
Rob,
map there, there's Edgefield there, there's Johnston. They look like they're about 5 miles apart.
Rob,
And-
as somebody who says you know high school football, tell these folks about Pillion football, Rob. Tell them about Batesburg football. Tell them about Aiken football.
Well,
Tell them about
Batesburg-
Saluda football.
Oh, wait a minute.
Evans
Julian,
football.
We're not
who
going to talk
say
about
you?
Aiken. Aiken's not that terrible. Come on now.
I mean, come on, they go against.
I'll give you Pillion. I'll give you Batesburg, Leesville,
Silver
Rich
Bluff,
Springs,
Gray.
Indiana.
Batesburg, Leesville's not any
Beat by
good.
50, dude. They lost to Gray. Gray is awful. I mean, I just want to warn you, Billy.
Gray is like the charter school. What are you talking about?
No,
man?
they're not good at football, though, Rob. At least when I was in high
Gray
school.
Academy?
Have they upgraded? They were terrible at football. when I
No,
was
man.
in
There's talk like people don't like Gray because they recruit kids. Like
I know, but they sucked at football. I'm
yeah.
telling you, we beat them by 50 3 years in a row while I was there.
When we were on the way back,
anymore.
when we were on the way back from the Slob Olympics that was in Isle of Palms not this past spring, but the spring before, I stopped at Spinks on the Orangeburg exit and got me a drink and stuff. And the Gray collegiate baseball team came in there. They were coming back from somewhere. They played a little tournament or something, and those kids looked like they were 25.
But I did want to just say that, Billy, to warn you. And 20, you're not wrong. Especially out in Swansea, always had players like that, Cal. In my opinion, while I was in school.
Yeah, it's kind of and not to piss on Peckerhead here, but Batesburg Leesville went 12-1 last year.
They're terrible, dude. It's fucking
They went
2A
12-1
football.
last year. Yeah,
It
but
doesn't matter.
12-1.
It doesn't matter. They are terrible. The enrollment's 700.
But they went 12-1.
Did they play a single 5A school?
They're not slated to play 5A schools, man.
They scheduled Gilbert. My high school, Gilbert, is I think a 3A still. They play 5A schools every year. They play River Bluff. They play Lexington.
Gilbert is not a 3A school anymore.
Are they 4A now? So they must have upgraded since I was there.
5A football.
No, they're not 5A. Most certainly not.
And since we got a lot of Tennessee fans in here, I found it's new to me, a great
Gilbert
guy.
is a 4A school.
Yeah. So they upgraded since I was there. They were 3A while I was there.
By the way, according to our friend Lou Bajak from the state newspaper, He says it's not out of the question they could get moved up to 5A in the near future.
It's a growing area. It's not going to be long, but they're not there
What
yet.
is Gilbert? What is Gilbert near? Is it
Gilbert's in
near
between
Lexington.
Batesburg and Lexington, right in the middle of Batesburg and Lexington, Cal.
Okay, I see it now. I should have known that.
That's where the Peach
That's where
Festival
the
is.
Peach Festival is. Yeah, man, that's where it is.
Oh, the Peach Festival's in Gaffney.
The real one's in Gilbert.
The real one on the 4th of July is in
You
Gilbert.
can't tell me the real one's in Gilbert when
I'm
Gaffney's
telling
got
you,
down
the real
water
one's in
tank with
Gilbert.
fucking
You
peach
gotta
on
be
it.
you gotta be there to know about it.
I live
It's
in Tennessee, no Gaffney's the peach orchard.
Look, Ronald Reagan spoke at the damn Peach Festival in Gilbert when he was campaigning. I mean,
Hey,
it's
Donald
not-
Trump. Donald
I'm
Trump did
from
the
the
rally in
upstate,
Gilbert in
I'm
2016.
I'm siding with Gaffney.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Donald Trump did a rally in Gilbert in 2016. It's a historic Civil War battle fought, Revolutionary War battle fought in
it's
Gilbert.
considered the
There was
summer
a revolutionary battle near Gaffney too, Kings Mountain.
Mm-hmm. And one up in your neck of the woods, wasn't it, Cal? I know there was one in Cowpens.
Yeah. Cowpens is in Spartanburg County, Kings Mountain. Yeah.
Back to college football.
Yeah, thank you.
Anecdotal stories again here.
Go ahead.
Have any of y'all heard of I just found him? That's how Blue Chip Breakdown. That guy's
I have
pretty
not.
good. Blue Chip Breakdown. He's a Tennessee guy, but he doesn't troll and get it. He does strictly analysis, looking at the numbers and the different 247. He's not a troller. He's not saying our water fountain at Neyland Stadium's is a lot colder than the ones at Willie B. That kind of crap. He's just he reported something good. What was it, Thursday or Friday? I don't know if y'all seen that. Savon Hyder, this kid that was leaning towards Michigan, the number one running back for 2026, Savon Hyder. Well, the Michigan recruiter started talking his NIL stuff publicly. Well, he was on campus Saturday at Knoxville. But this guy, Blue Chip Breakdown, he's for Tennessee and people, and he does SEC. He doesn't get off tangents and anecdotal stories and trolling and stuff.
Is this him right here?
Yes,
Billy?
sir. Yes, sir. He's a straight up good guy.
Check that out. I tell you what, look there. I'm gonna subscribe to it right now.
Well, thank you. He's a real good sports college football. He doesn't get into our locker room's bigger than your locker room, and this. You know what I'm saying?
And Gilbert's 4A, not 5A.
Hey, that's a big difference.
All I know is this about
That's
South
the
Carolina High
difference
School.
between Gilbert and Dutch Fort, Rob. That's the difference between Gilbert and Dutch Fort.
I will say this too. I forgot they had the Peach Festival in Gaffney. I think this past week or weekend, whatever. I saw it on the news. Somebody got murdered up there, like downtown at some nightclub.
Gaffney
on Saturday night. Yeah, somebody got shot up. So,
yeah.
Well, hey, did you also talking about college football and just I think y'all will appreciate the person that this is coming from. All right. Did y'all see Deion Prime Time Sanders' recent comments on what the new rules should be for college football uniforms? No?
no.
Oh, prime time, flashy prime time, right? He's wanting these college kids not only to receive penalties, but to receive fines for uniform violations. Can you believe that? The same guy who's advocating for a salary cap post both his sons graduating. Odd timing for that one.
I am not up for the fines for dress code and shit like that, but for headhunting fouls, I could get with the fines. Guys that go out and then they headhunt and try to kill a kid, etc. Yeah, they're making all
Well,
this
yeah,
fucking
but not just having your jersey rolled up and getting a
I'm
fine.
not,
What a
not all
soft
that.
thing to go to the
Not all
media
that.
about.
That's stupid. But
You know what I mean?
he just likes to run his mouth.
He said, I think there should be a fine implemented for that stuff, and let's have more respect for this tremendous game. We've got guys in biker shorts. That makes me sick. I'm a football guy. I played this game at a high level, and I have so much respect for this game. Motherfucker, you were wearing chains. You were wearing all this other bullshit while you were playing.
You've only got fucking 7 toes, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what is he talking about? And he's wanting these players to get fined for fucking uniform violations. What are you, a fucking hall monitor, you loser?
That seems very old man of him.
Yeah.
Right? It's just weird, especially to come out at fucking prime time. You think you'd get something from that, like from Nick Saban?
Something I could see Lou Holtz complaining about.
Yeah, Nick Saban, Lou Holtz, Steve Spurrier, someone like that. A real old head.
How about this? When I was the basketball coach down there at the middle school in Niceville, when I passed out the uniforms, they all looked at me and I said, "You get one warning if I catch you." What's it called when they pull their shorts down?
Busting a sag.
Sagging. I'll take your uniform and you just got it. Don't ever let me tell you to pull your pants up. This ain't the ghetto streets. We're not going on the road sagging. So shit.
Yeah, I got nothing for you on that. There's better things to worry about, in my opinion.
Well, it's out of control. Oh, jackpot! Nobody at church here in town knew where any that apple beer was. I
thought it was funny. I commented back to you on that. I said I found it hilarious that you were discussing that and trying to find locations of beer at church.
Not here in Cleveland. This is the headquarters for the Bible Belt right here.
Hey, Billy, I've got something you'll find interesting. I think all y'all will find it interesting. You know who I think's due for a new Power 5 job? Butch Jones.
No.
Hold up. Let me make the case, Billy. Let me make the case. In 2021, after he shits the bed at Tennessee, granted, he shat the bed at Tennessee. I'll give you that. He takes over a 2-win Arkansas State team, right? Within 4 years, that 2-10 program's now sitting at 8-5 with a bowl game win at Arkansas State. I mean, you gotta say what you want. That's impressive. If I look at, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna make sure because I've been faulty sometimes. I'm gonna just make sure that Arkansas State isn't known for.
I gotta read the super chat. JP.
No, they're not. Yeah, 8 wins is their best year since 2018.
Sorry, I have to read the super chat. I'm not saying what you're reading is unimportant, but we have to read the super chat.
I acknowledge that, yep.
JP in jail. I think I don't know why he wrote that way, but he said he loves the show. We all really don't know what's going to happen, but this shit is great and entertaining. Y'all have a great night. Thank you, Eddie, for the super chat.
Thank you. Yeah, he says I meant Rob.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there, but you never know what you're going to get on this show. We've had nights where we've talked about the sweat between Dolly Parton's boobs is known as Mountain Dew, to Jackpot having a jerk shed, to all kinds of whatever.
All kind of chicanery.
Anecdotal story. Pecker had Arkansas State in 1973 on paper alone from when I was in high school. Offered me to come play baseball there. Arkansas State, 1973.
You got an offer from
Arkansas? I mean, did Butch Jones just get too much stink on him at Tennessee, though? I mean, with the whole
I don't know. If you look at his body of work, though, I mean, he was bad at Tennessee, right?
But he wasn't though. I mean, he had so 2013 he had a losing year, but they were coming off of Derek Dooley. Okay, we'll give him a pass there. 2014, I think he had a winning year. It was like 7-6 or something.
He was the NASCAR champion.
2015, I think they won 9 games.
Yeah.
2016, they won 9 games.
He won 11.
Beat Georgia and Florida that year, but then they lost to the Gamecocks and Vandy, so they didn't win the SEC East. And then 2017, he loses all of his SEC games, and the bottom had just fell out, and they fired him.
Well, as we all know,
he's won 11 games at Central Michigan. He's had 2.
He ain't terrible. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not terrible. He's had a 10 and a 9 win season at Cincinnati.
And
I mean, I'm going to
Andrew.
tell you. I mean, any SEC coach, I will say, outside of a few chosen ones there at the very tippy top, but anybody in the middle, I mean, could have some bad breaks and have a bad year and go 0-8 in conference play.
Most
Most of them's got at least 3 or 4 losses in conference play baked in anyway. And then,
Andrew.
if you have some injuries and things go wrong, shit comes off the rails. South Carolina could have very easily went winless in conference play under Beamer a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's true. That's damn true.
We did. They dominated Vanderbilt that year, I guess. So, but it could happen.
From Rob has
schedule breaks out too.
The super chat says Rob thinks Beamer is better than Dabo. I read all of the super chats. Peckerhead has to write his own super chats while he's on the fucking air.
Eddie says, Jackpot sent you an email about the Apple Bush. I'll check tomorrow locally what my buddy told me about the store who has it. Cool. Thank you. Hey, I had another person reach out to me about that. Believe it or not, it was Octavian, who said there was selling a Shell station down the road from him in Tallahassee, but there's no way.
You know what?
Get that.
Here's something we've been irresponsible with.
Bush and then draw an apple on it and send it to you, Jackpot. Don't
hold up. Here's something we've been irresponsible with, gentlemen. Here's something we've been irresponsible with. Here's something we've been irresponsible with. Ladies and gentlemen, sign up for the Callaway's 2025 Pick'em Challenge. Damn it!
Well, we're gonna
get in early or don't get in at all.
I've got to set that up on the website. We normally don't do it until the media days kicks off, but we'll definitely.
We're here, damn it! We're here, damn it, Rob. I mean, what?
We'll start. Me and him will get together on that next week. I'll start pushing some videos out promoting that, like I usually do.
Second thing is the Rob and Kale live show confirmed in the Upstate this year.
Dude, I haven't had time to find a place yet.
I can help.
Well, I mean, if you could help with that, would be great.
I could probably help with that.
What are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Shit, we could always just go down to just go raid some sports bar. It's not like you got to announce. What are they going to turn us down buying alcohol?
Yeah, but it's a little bit more than that. Fucking with what Callaway's does for us. You're talking about streaming a show up there in the Upstate. It's. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. But if we have to accommodate Kale, it could be a true live show, or maybe it's just
There's a place over here near me that's pretty cool, but it's a restaurant too. I don't think they could handle.
And I'm sure. I'm telling you, Pickens. I mean, they got. I could just think of Burning Brick Tavern and Pickens. I'm sure if you approach them, that probably wouldn't be opposed to it.
That might be fair for next season when the game is up there. But out of respect to the folks at Callaway's, I couldn't do a show when the game is
Callaway's are good people. You got to acknowledge.
I've always wanted to ask this question. You South Carolina
I'd rather
boys.
not do a show than do a show and it not be at Callaway's. If we're
hold on. How about this? Then? If we can get something set up in the Upstate, we'll still have the Callaway's one, but will you commit to coming up and doing a live show with Kale? And maybe having like a watch party or something like that.
A lot of stuff is in the works.
Well, you got to work. Damn it, you can't do it because you got to fucking work every game, don't you?
No, I mean, there are look, I'm willing to do anything that's better for the show, and and since Jackpot has made his way down here, I have no problem going to the Upstate. We just got to. There's a lot that goes into putting on a live show, sir.
That's true. I acknowledge that. That's why I've been speaking about it for a while, Rob.
Right, I know. There's a lot that goes into it, just internet and everything else. I mean, it's hard.
You're damn right about that. Hey, but if we're doing it at Callaway's, I'm gonna be so pissed off if we don't have karaoke this time. You promised me karaoke.
Yeah, we got to start promoting that early and get a lot of people there. I mean, like we did a few years ago, we had it. That thing was rocking. I mean,
it was.
Well, I want to see some Street Jesus. I want to see some other motherfuckers there too.
we have some great things that happen with that live show. It is
It's an awesome
really
show.
cool.
I tased Rob. What more do you need to
Well,
see?
we had that, but the year that Kentucky beat South Carolina for the 5th time in a row, and we had the fucking poor comrade up there singing karaoke, and we were throwing tomatoes at him. That shit actually happened. We fucking beamed him with tomatoes as he sang a Keith Whitley song.
Rob, I
It
got a
was
serious question.
hilarious. Yeah.
How much money would the Carolina jackpot community need to raise for me to pepper spray you?
Oh, pepper spray. Have you ever been pepper sprayed, sir?
I haven't. I would rather be tased. Well, I know I'd
That's
rather
not-
be tased because
that's
I've
not
I'd,
very
tased
I'd
myself.
rather be tased than pepper sprayed.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah, I was
pepper
gonna say I've
spraying.
tased myself. I've tased Rob. You definitely want the taser.
No, well,
over-
like I got
No.
people are gonna wonder why'd you get pepper sprayed. When I was in the Coast
Yep.
Guard, I went through law enforcement training, and
Yeah.
we all had to get
Billy
pepper
would have
sprayed.
had it too.
Yeah.
And yeah,
You don't want
hell,
to be
Billy
pepper
probably
sprayed.
invented
That's
pepper
what I'm
spray.
saying. How much money are we talking? What? Let's say what 5,000. Rob
Can
gets
you
pepper
mute him
sprayed?
for about 2 minutes?
I can just stop talking. You didn't say you
2
wanted to
minutes.
say anything.
I want to ask
I
the South Carolina. I
I
want to
would
ask
get-
you guys something.
Sure.
In the state of South Carolina, and I lived there for a couple of years. I was stationed in the Navy. Where is this line that designates upstate and downstate? Where's the line?
Well, I think that-
Probably, if you're coming down Interstate 26, I would say once you go through Lawrence County, you hit Newberry County. I would think that's probably considered the Midlands.
Upstate, Midland.
Yeah.
Oh,
Below
damn, now we got
Newberry,
the
yeah,
Midlands.
on the opposite side of Columbia, like if you're going more central, Blythewood area. If you're going more coastal,
Oh, I used to go up down 26 for.
But then you
3
have
years.
I don't know. South Carolina's weird the way it's split up. Like geographically, Rock Hill, York, all that is in the upstate, but people don't really consider that the upstate. People consider that, I think, like Charlotte. You know, the upstate to me is generally considered Oconee, Anderson, Pickens, Greenville, Spartanburg, Cherokee, Union, and Lawrence County,
yeah.
and Greenwood County.
it's I want to put something out there, and it's getting late, but I wanted to put this out there really quick. Media days are coming up, and I firmly believe in a couple of things I wanted to put out there really quick.
You're going, right, Rob?
Yeah, no, to ACC ones. I can't go to the
Oh,
SEC.
what the fuck, dude? Go to.
It's travel, man.
I
it's
understand,
stupid.
but fucking ACC, dude, nobody gives a fuck about it. What are they going to do? Tell you Duke's going to win 8 games? North Carolina's got Bill Belichick. If you can interview Bill Belichick, try your fucking hardest.
He's on our. He's on our.
You know how many people are going to be trying to interview that guy?
Here's my wish list. I want Bill Belichick. Darian Mensa would be a good one.
Wait a minute. Will you let me finish?
Slow down, Andrew.
We've got.
It's the Inglings.
We've got Dabo Sweeney on our list. Bill Belichick is one of the coaches we have on our list too. So we'll get 8 minutes with Bill Belichick.
Oh hell yeah! Can I send you a couple questions to ask?
It's not going to be anything.
You can't guarantee it. You can't guarantee it. But if they're good
You're going to
enough
ask me if it's anything about his girlfriend. I'm not asking.
It's not. They're going to be legit questions, Rob. Trust.
Well, it has to be questions about the North
Carolina. Yeah.
Look, the head of ACC media has already been in my inbox saying we're going to put Belichick on your schedule, but it has to be questions about the North Carolina program, and you can't really. They don't want us talking about his girlfriend.
Yeah, no, I would never consider talking about his girlfriend. I would only send you professional questions, Rob.
Well, my email is rosanders1979@gmail.com. Send them to me.
Yeah, I'm going to send them to you.
If they're valid, I will.
What players did you get? What players did you get too, if you don't mind me asking?
I've got to look. We got a slew of.
You get Mensa?
I got Cristobal's. I got.
Cristobal. Ask him about that. Ask him about that old 4th down fake spike or wherever the fuck it was where he shit the bed.
Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'll tell you who we got. Hold on. 1 second.
Brock says he'd say anything northwest of Newberry is upstate South Carolina. Yeah. I mean, I would say Newberry itself is the cutoff. Newberry, South Carolina. Below that, because I don't really consider Newberry to be part of the upstate.
Do you know a
No,
school is
it's
when I lived in
Geographically, I
Asheville?
think it is.
I mean, you're
All right.
still in that hour radius to Columbia too.
Yeah,
All right,
Ryan
so
says it's
here's-
definitely not the upstate in Rock Hill. No, it's not. Like once you get to Gaffney, Cherokee County, and that cuts off into York County, that's not upstate, even though geographically it is.
Yeah.
All right,
Weird.
here's the
Makes
player
sense.
list of folks that I'm going to have interviews with. From California, we are getting their linebacker Cade Ulave. Miami, we've got Cristobal and Carson
Sounds
Beck
riveting.
and Akeem Mesidor.
Oh, you got Bet.
Yep, Beck. We got Lashley from SMU and Jennings from Stanford. I wanted to interview Frank Reich just because I remember Frank Reich from as a kid, but we ended up with Tuvora Tafiti, their senior outside linebacker from Hawaii. From Virginia, we got Tony Elliott. From Florida State, Tommy Castanelos, senior, Jackpot's favorite quarterback.
We'll do Syracuse.
From Tech, we've got Malik Rutherford, their senior wide receiver.
Ooh, that's
Louisville, we got
fun.
Chris Bell. He's a wide receiver for them. From Pitt, we got Narduzzi and Desmond Reed. Syracuse, we got Ricky Collins. This is supposed to be their quarterback.
No, Fran.
And
Damn.
Devon
About
Wilson.
Fran Clown.
From Wake, we've got Jake Dickert, their coach. Devin Kalani, their offensive lineman. From Boston College, we got Logan Taylor and Davian Crouch, linebacker, and
Davian what? Could you repeat that?
yeah, Davian Crouch,
Crouch. I've never heard of him.
senior linebacker from Tampa. Hi, Bubba. From Clemson, we got all the Clemson players and Dabo Sweeney. All right, buddy, we'll feed you something.
Who is
Yeah.
Crouch play for?
Crouch plays for
Boston
Boston College.
Okay.
He's a senior linebacker.
Somebody said, what would you consider the lower part of the state? I would say anything below Orangeburg.
Yeah, that's fair. So for Clemson, we'll get Sweeney, Klubnik, Parker, Williams, and Woods. From Duke, we do not have.
Sounds like a bunch of used
we do
car
not have
salesmen.
Diaz. We do have Menza.
Oh, fuck yeah. I might send you a couple questions for him. I've been on the Mensa train too. I can give you some info.
And for North Carolina, we got Belichick and Gio Lopez, who is a sophomore quarterback from Madison, Alabama.
He's a transfer, isn't he, too, I think?
Yeah.
I got to put all my research together on this.
He's from
NC
South
State,
Alabama.
With who do we got? Oh, NC State, we've got Caden Forum, a graduate linebacker. Oh, and I put in extra for this jackpot simply because your guys are playing them. But Virginia Tech, we got Brent Pry, Tyrone Drones, and Jaden Keller, who is a.
If you could be selfish for us, Rob, I'm sure we would all appreciate a highlight of that South Carolina game if you could make that happen on those.
A highlight of what South Carolina game, sir?
The Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well,
As far
the
as your
questions. I've already put my questions together for Pry. I wanted.
And you got drones. Ask him if he's seen Dylan Stewart and his nightmare since that game got announced. I mean, surely he has. Second returning quarterback.
The way
pressure.
that I will word that is when you prepare for great players, especially on the defense. Hello, buddy. Let Dad finish, okay? Yeah, we're gonna be done in just a second. Good morning, USA. Good morning, USA. All right, let Dad
I'm
finish.
Proud to be an American.
He likes to watch American Dad. But no, the way I would ask him that is that, like, hey, when you set up and you're game planning for great defensive players that come off the edge, like Stewart at South Carolina, is that something that you plan around during the offseason? Put him on an island and see what he says.
Well, that's awesome.
There's going to be they got a lot of transfer players. I expect there's going to be a lot of holding by them in that game on him.
Did North Carolina, the administration really blocked Belichick's wife from the?
No, they said they did, but they did.
From the.
I wouldn't ask. Listen. If you're a reporter and you spend your time at ACC Media Days, ask him out his girlfriend. I mean, you
No,
instantly, I would never read a single thing you post thereafter. I mean, you're not a serious football guy. You're
No, it's
all
got
about
to be.
fucking
I thought they
drama.
banned her from the
Like, who
facilities.
gives a damn? I get what you're saying, but Billy, but even barring everything she has done, I'm not sitting there focusing on it. I'm more interested in what Belichick can do with the team. You know what I mean?
right. I'm gonna. There are things I'm gonna ask him. I think one of the questions up here in my notes is, um, tell us a little bit about the gaps in talent that you have, or are there gaps in talent that you have left over from the Mac Brown era?
Well,
And
you got to know he's not gonna. I've read a lot of I've seen a lot of Belichick interviews. He's not gonna answer your
he's not going to
questions.
give
You
you
got to
anything.
phrase them in a way that kind of forces him to answer.
I
So
know.
know
That's why
that when you go
there's
in.
going to be a lot of writing that comes into that. But
Yeah.
there are a couple things I want to put up on the bookcase of accountability right now. One of them for the SEC and for the ACC. In the SEC, I will take Mizzou to lose or finish lower than whatever the media picks them at this year.
Oh, I don't know about that. They got an easy schedule. Have you looked at their schedule?
I'm saying in the conference, they're going to finish
Oh,
lower than
no
what the media
conference.
picks them
Okay.
because I think of everybody that they're going there. And I'm taking over with Boston College because I just have this weird feeling about them and the transfers that they've got in, and O'Brien can coach.
Why are you so down on the zoo?
Just how much they've lost. And at times last year, I mean, there's no Brady Cook, and Drinkowitz has this whole thing where he leans on his quarterback a lot and then wears them out. He's going to
Well,
have somebody.
he does the same with his running backs, and we know he's a
I know.
pro. And
It's just
granted,
look,
he's taken.
there's not any data behind it. It's a
I
gut
know it.
thing,
I
and I'm
know.
putting it
I'm
on the
just saying
ball
that
here
Ahmad Hardy, he could be
because
great.
I think that the
I
media
think
is
this
going to
guy's
give
pretty
them
good.
a lot more than where they're going to finish up.
I
All
think
right.
that quarterback's going to do pretty well for
For
him.
Bela, see,
Rob.
Less on Mizzou, more on Boston College.
Rob, I got one for you for Belichick. Serious. What has been the most difficult adversity to overcome from coaching at the pro level to the college level?
That's a great question, but he's probably been asked that
he's not
several
going to
different
answer.
times. But I can ask him. I can ask him about having to. A defensive question that I thought about asking him was, "Are you looking forward to playing against teams that may run option plays and things like that you didn't see in the NFL?"
Yeah, that'd be a
And
good one.
that's an X's and O's question that
He likes
he's not.
those, Rob.
It's
If
not
you
going to
could
hurt his
stick to
feelings, and
those,
he'll
yeah,
open up a little bit to me with that because that's
you're right.
actually a football
Well,
question because he
Those
has
were
not
kind of
defended against that in the NFL.
yeah.
So
Those are the kind of questions I was going to send you. That's what he's going to answer. That's what's going to get you the most clicks.
What's the biggest challenge transitioning from
Yeah.
pro ball to college ball?
yeah,
And you gotta
Keeping my
figure out
wife
a
out
way
of
to
the
ask about
facility.
his son. His son's been brought over. I mean, he had a great track record in the NFL as his DC. Just talk.
well, I was just gonna if I mention his son, I'm just gonna ask him, hey, tell us a little bit about your son and the transition to having him
Yeah,
work with you on the college level, and then just let him talk about his son.
yeah.
He may end up saying something that fucking he's just bragging about his
But I'll
son.
send you some stuff. Other than that, I know it's getting late. I'm gonna hop off
I
of
got you.
here. But first and foremost, I must remind everybody on the panel, according to Pro Football Focus, South Carolina is now the premier football program
Sure they are.
of this show.
And they're
So
55th in recruiting this year.
hold
So
up.
they're
That doesn't matter because
Yeah,
Beamer dominates the
look at their
portal.
average.
Beamer dominates the portal, Billy.
stop right there. Stop. See, this is what I like. We're 55th in recruiting, but look at our player average.
Yo,
Yeah.
I mean,
Beamer
So
dominates.
pretty
Hold up.
dang
There's
good.
a thought process behind it. Beamer is not going to take a bunch of 3-stars when he knows he can offload the talent in the portal.
and
He
that's
has a
why
great
when
track
somebody
record
gets
in the
hurt, he has
portal.
no depth.
And Beamer, we trust. And I don't have to say anything else. Pro Football Focus has compiled all the stats for me, all right? According to their highly, highly credited opinion, we are now the premier football team of this program and barring unforeseen changes.
You need
All
to go
right?
to sleep on that tonight.
So everybody needs to acknowledge that. And I've got a
You
little
feel
joke
better?
for us before I leave. Hey, Kale.
Yes, sir.
How do you get 4 Tennessee fans and 4 Clemson fans to sit on 2 stools at the same time?
I don't know.
You turn them both upside down. Go Gamecocks. Go Shane Beamer, baby. Woo!
Okay, I got one to top that. What's the difference between a Carolina cheerleader and a toilet? When you flush the toilet, it doesn't follow you around for 2 weeks.
Thank you, Billy.
Good night.
Appreciate it, buddy. All right, there you go. Well, Jackpot, we'll be doing our thing here on Wednesday. We'll have South Carolina stuff in the books. Be getting jacked up for ACC Media Days coming up after that. I'm going to try to go to SEC Media Days next season. I'll try to work that into the schedule. So
I know the old dudes from the that SEC podcast are going to the SEC Media Days, and of course our buddy Christopher Phillips of SEC Unfiltered is headed there as well.
yeah, well, that guy, if you can't see how plastic that guy is, I got nothing for you. All right, well, we had a good show. Appreciate you guys, and see you later on.